Madam President,
Senator from Iowa,
I ask for 1 minute in morning business.
without objection.
I'd like to make a point about the so-called Green New Deal. It's very obvious it's a reference to Franklin Roosevelt's New Deal in the 1930s. The implication is that the New Deal, what the New Deal did for the Depression, should be a model for the environment. There's just one great big problem. The New Deal in the 1930s didn't work. It didn't get us out of the Great Depression. The Depression didn't end until we entered World War II. Just like the original, the Green New Deal sounds like really bold action, but it's really a jumble of half-cocked policies that will dampen economic growth and will hurt jobs. Everything our government ought to be trying to do is to encourage economic growth and to create jobs. I yield the floor.
Just look at the Green New Deal. From what we understand, the American people can expect a government-mandated overhaul of every four-walled structure in America. A government-mandated overhaul of every four-walled structure in America. If that were not enough, an end to American fossil fuel and energy production from nuclear power plants. Of course, along with all the jobs that make both of those possible. And according to background documents, plans for a government guaranteed income. Listen to this, a government guaranteed income for those unwilling to work. All at the low price of an estimated, listen to this, $93 trillion. And of course, next came the massive one-size-fits-all government-run health care proposal, Medicare for none. Strips everything from our seniors' Medicare program but the name. Slaps that name on a new government-run plan, and they're so confident Americans will love their Democratic-designed insurance that they feel the need to outlaw competing private insurance altogether, just to make sure there's no competition. Democrats want to strip existing health plans away from middle-class families, even if they're happy with their current coverage, and inevitably hike taxes on those very families to pay for it. As I've said, Mr. President, none of these things Democrats have pulled off their far-left wish list have a chance of becoming law in 2019. A lot of it almost sounds like a stand-up comedy. But the underlying philosophy that all this represents is no laughing matter whatsoever.
Hello. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Oh, tell me where you're from.
Well, we're from all over the Bay.
Okay. All right, and tell me what you're doing here.
We are trying to ask you to vote yes on the Green New Deal.
Okay, I'll tell you what. We have our own Green New Deal piece of legislation. Why don't you call back, see if they can fax one out, make a copy for each person.
Well, we're trying to promote the Green New Deal.
Well, there are reasons why I can't, because there's no way to pay for it.
Yes, there is.
That's
We
the
have
big
tons of
reason.
money going to the military. A lot of it is going to military.
Well, I understand that. The United States government does a lot of things with the money, and they're important things. And you just can't go in and say, okay, we're going to take hundreds of millions from here and hundreds of millions from there. It doesn't It just doesn't work that way.
But of course our
But you
saving
can
our
have,
future-
I don't agree with what that resolution says. That's part of it. And we have done our, can you get a copy of the resolution?
Senator, we
Yeah.
need
It's
a
coming.
plan that.
And
that
let me just finish. I will give you a copy of what we do support. And you can take a look at it, and if you've got a problem with it, you can let me know. But I think it has a much better chance of passing than what this is, because there is no way to pay for what it gets done, so nothing will happen. So you be the judge, you take a look at it, we're gonna
But
get
we
you a
have come
copy.
to a point where our earth is dying, literally, and it is going to be a pricey and ambitious plan that is needed to deal with the magnitude of that issue. And so we're here asking you to vote yes on the resolution for the Green New Deal, because that is the only plan
That resolution
that is worth.
will not pass the Senate, and you can take that back to whoever sent you here.
Why do you
and
think
tell
it
them.
will pass?
Because it doesn't have a single Republican vote, and the Republicans control the United States Senate. So we are a minority on the Democratic side. So the key to good legislation is to tailor something that you write so that it can pass and you can get a step ahead. I've been doing this. I've been in the Senate for over a quarter of a century, and I know what can pass and I know what can't pass. And the key is to get something passed that puts us on the right foot and we're able to deal with the problem that's happening instead of something that won't get passed.
But why does that stop you from voting yes? Because even if they vote, you can still vote yes and it won't pass, and we can draft a new plan.
Well, I may do that. We'll see. I don't know.
Please vote
But
yes.
it's not a good resolution.
Can we?
You know, I
what we need right now.
Some scientists have said that we have 12 years to turn this around.
well, it's not
The
going to get
government's
turned
supposed-
around in
the-
10 years.
the
What we
government's
can
supposed-
do
Senator, if
is
this
put
doesn't get turned
ourselves-
around in 10 years, you're looking at the faces of the people who are going to be living with these
Guess what?
consequences.
The government
And-
is supposed to be for the people and by the people and all
You know
for the
what's
people.
interesting about this group is I've been doing this for 30 years. I know what I'm doing. You come in here and you say it has to be my way or the highway. I don't respond to that. I've gotten elected. I just ran. I was elected by almost 1 million vote plurality. And I know what I'm doing. So, you know, maybe people should listen a little bit. And
Listen to what? I'm saying what?
Hold on.
this is what, can we staple the pages
I
together?
hear what you're saying, but we're the people who voted you. You're supposed to listen to us. That's your
How old are
your
you?
job.
How old
I'm
are you?
16. I
Well,
can't
you didn't vote for me.
Well,
I'm 24.
It doesn't
I
matter.
did.
We're the ones who's going to be
Words mean
impacted.
something.
It doesn't matter. We're going to be the ones who are impacted.
I understand that. I have 7 grandchildren. I understand it very well.
Senator, the cost of
And-
not taking this action is far higher than the cost of what the Green New Deal will be. And there
Here's
is
what-
enormous popularity for this bill around
Okay.
the whole country.
Here's
And we're
what
asking you to
we
be
are
brave and
proposing.
do this for us and for your grandchildren.
Get enough for everybody. Here's what I do propose. And here is the resolution that I think has a chance to pass. So we'll give each of you a copy. You can take a look at it. It states the case, I think, very well. And it means something.
How would
This
you summarize the
resolution,
differences between that and the resolution currently
Yeah.
that we're speaking about?
Can you speak on it now, please?
Just if you could give us your elevator speech on the difference between this and the resolution.
well, this is precisely drafted. You can read it and you can draw your own conclusions. And we believe it's workable. It's written by people that have spent their life working on this, that really believe that you can get something done.
What about
It's
people who
not.
are impacted the
So
most by
I'll
it?
give it to you and you can take a look at
Thank
it.
you. Senator, we know that no plan is going to pass right now while the Republicans control the Senate. This is a long game. We need to be doing this to unite the Democratic Party. I don't know if you've noticed, but voters haven't been particularly energized the last couple of years. We need something to fight for. Your constituents are asking you for this, and I really believe and tens of thousands, millions of people around the country are asking for this online. They're calling you, your phone lines are blocked up.
Look, I understand all of this, and I'm trying to do the best I can, which was to write a responsible resolution.
Any plan that doesn't take bold, transformative action is not going to be what we need.
Well, you know better than I do, so I think one day you should run for the Senate.
Great,
And then you do it your way.
But by that time,
in the meantime,
by that time, there's going to be a big problem.
I just won a big election.
Yeah, that was the point of coming up to present your letter.
Okay, well, I'd like to see the letter.
The senator has a meeting waiting outside to
Lots
come
of
in.
people signed it, including our school. And kids
Okay,
are
can we
signing
give
this.
This will be the greatest
Copying it
cost.
right now,
We're copying.
and we'll bring it
You
down.
will wait. We will give you a resolution that's thoughtfully worked out, that has a chance of passing, and which does what you want.
Can they read this to you, though?
Yeah, I can read it.
Before they read it,
I do
though,
read.
just taking a stand and not voting present, not saying present when you are asked what you believe on the future of the most catastrophic event that's facing our species. You have a chance to say yes, knowing that it probably won't pass the Senate. But as a
harm
leader,
does it
you're
do?
Why
beautiful,
can't you
beautiful.
try?
I may. I don't know. I may vote present.
That would, if you
And
vote
that-
yes, it is much, much, much different than saying present.
Well, I understand all that.